Okay, so now I am dealing with section 421, that is dishonest or fraudulent removal or concealment of property to prevent distribution among creditors. Now in this section it is section 421. Okay, so what is the definition of this section is that whenever, whoever dishonestly or fraudulently removes, conceals or deliver to any person or transfer or cause to be transferred by any person. Okay, now we have a little bit of idea of this definition, that whoever dishonestly and fraudulently removes, conceal or deliver to any dishonestly, basically dishonestly and fraudulently, this two are the main key terms of this definition. Now without adequate consideration any property, intending thereby to prevent or knowing it to be likely that he will thereby prevent the distribution of that property according to law among his creditors or the creditors of any other person. Now it shall be punished with an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years. Okay, where it is in this case fraudulent or removal, concealment of property to prevent distribution among creditors. Okay, now dishonestly and fraudulently preventing debt available for creditors. Whoever dishonestly or fraudulently prevent any debt or demand due to himself or any other person from being made available according to law for payment of his debt or the debt of such other person shall be punished with an imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years or with fine or with both. Okay, now it is an important case law. We'll discuss it. That is a Guwahati High Court. Guwahati, you know, in Assam. Guwahati High Court in Ramatur Chakne versus Hariram Todi held that an offence under this section as following essential ingredients. What are the essential ingredients? If we say that fraudulent deeds or disposition of property, then that accused has removed, accused ने remove किया है, conceal किया है, and there is a delivery of such property, or that he transferred, it causes to be transferred to someone. Okay, that such a transfer as was without adequate consideration. There was not adequate consideration, like 2 crores is the property amount and he has given such property within 2 lakh rupees. Okay, amount is not adequate for this such transaction. No, that accused thereby intended to prevent or knew that he was thereby likely to prevent the distribution of that property according to the law among his creditors or creditors of another person, that he act dishonestly and fraudulently. Now this section specifically refers to fraud connected with insolvency. The offence under it consists as a dishonest disposition of property with intent to cause wrongful loss to the creditors. It applies to movable as well as immovable property. In view of this section, the property of a debtor cannot be distributed according to law except after the provisions of the relevant enactment which have been complied with. Okay, now Commissioner of Wealth Tax we know now, it comes under the GST now. Wealth tax now has been abolished. When it has been abolished? In the year 2017, when GST comes into the picture. Via Wealth Tax versus GD Naidu, it was held that the essential requisite of debts are ascertain or ascertainable, an absolute liability in present or future, and an obligation which has already accrued and is subsisting. All debts are liability, but all liabilities are not debt. Okay. In Supreme Court in Mango Singh versus Election Tribunal has laid down that the word demand ordinarily means something more than what is due. Okay, demand means something more than what is due. It means something which has been demanded, called for or asked for, but the meaning of the word must take color from the context so demand may also mean arrears or dues. Okay, now dishonest or fraudulent execution of deeds or transfer containing false statements of consideration. Whoever dishonestly or fraudulently signs, executes, or become a party to any deed or instrument which purport to transfer or subject to any charge of the property or any interest therein which contains any false statement relating to the consideration of such transfer or charge or relating to the person or persons for whose use or benefit it is really intended to operate shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years or with fine or with both. Okay, now this section deals with fraudulently and fictitious conveyance and transfer. The essential ingredient of an offence under 4 section 23 is the sale deed. Deed subjected to an immovable property. Charge must contain a false statement relating to consideration or relating to the person whose use or benefit it is intended to operate. Basically, I'm not, I have an intuition, like this section is not much that important. But now this is important section. Section 424. It is really important. It is very, very important. I have already marked it here. That whoever dishonestly or fraudulently conceal or remove any property of himself or any other person or dishonestly or fraudulently assist in concealment or removal thereof or dishonestly of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years or with fine or with both. The essential ingredient under Section 424 are as follows. There is a property that is the accused concealed or removed the said property or assist in concealing or removing the said property, that the said concealment or removal or assisting in removal or concealment was done dishonestly or fraudulently, or that the accused was entitled to a demand or claim that the accused realized the same that he so released dishonestly or fraudulently. Now we have a different topic, that is forgery and punishment under it. So I think we should make another video for it. Bye. Take care.